The third race of the UPS Truck Series season takes us to Indianapolis for the Camping World 50. Today at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the pole is Christian Eckes, second place. Dalton Sargent, we're about to get the command to fire engine, then we'll give you the full starting lineup for today's race.
Drivers, start your engines.
This field will begin to roll off pit road behind the pace truck on the pole. Christian Eckes, alongside him Dalton Sargent, row 2, made up of Ben Rhodes and David Gilliland. Then Wendell Chavis, Austin Wayne Self. The next row, Brett Moffitt, Norm Benning. Brett Moffitt, one of the top 4 drivers to make the championship. Well, it might be a little early to talk about the championship standings, but Brett Moffitt would like to hang on to one of those top 4 positions there. And then row 5, J.J. Yaley and Tyler Young. Right now, Yaley and Tyler Young battling for that final spot in the top 4 in points, in the final spot in the final race. John Hunter Nemechek in 11th place. 12th is Travis Quapple. 13th, Noah Gregson. 14th, Jordan Anderson. Jordan Anderson is the points leader so far this season. 15th is Joe Nemechek. 16th, Scott Lagacy Jr. 17th is Johnny Sauter. 18th, Myatt Snyder. 19th is Parker Kligerman. 20th, Grant Infinger. 21st is Joshua Ime. 22nd, Matt Crafton. 23rd, Jesse Little. 24th, Stuart Friesen. 25th, Bailey Curry. 26th, Spencer Davis. And then the final row, Timothy Peters and Todd Gilliland. Way in the back, 24th place, Stuart Friesen, who won the last race at Levi Strauss Speedway. So he's got a lot of ground to make up. He's going to win 2 races in a row. Field rounding turn 3, getting ready to get this race underway. It's been a long break for the truck series. We're back in action. This is the first truck race in Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so it'll be interesting to see how the aero affects the racing here. Imagine it'll be long drafts in the straightaways, but there will be some dirty air effects in the corners, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Field gets set to go back. Green flag racing. We'll get green flag racing here in the truck series. Up through the gears they go. Back on the gas. Green flag's out for Christian Eckes. And a great jump by the 46 and the 41 on the bottom groove. Now David Gilliland going to jump underneath Dalton Sargent in the 25. Man, David Gilliland already looking underneath the 41 of Ben Rhodes. Going to make an aggressive move to the inside. Now the back straightaway they go, fanning out. You can see Grant Infinger top to bottom in the back making some moves. David Gilliland, a big draft up here on Christian Eckes. He'll go for the lead in turn 3. Oh, everybody drives it in deep. Oh, Eckes to the fence. They're wrecking big time. Oh, huge crash. This is the whole field. Brett Moffitt is flipping. David Gilliland and Ben Rhodes make it out. The rest of the field in big trouble. Tyler Young needed a good race. Not going to get it. Christian Eckes falls way to the back with that heavy contact there. First to 12th. Let's go back. Look at what happened. They had a violent crash. It's going to happen through turn 3. You see David Gilliland just drives it in way, way too deep through that section of the racetrack. And then Wendell Chavis makes it 3 wide. Gilliland squeezes Eckes into the wall. Gilliland gets in the fence himself. He gets sideways. Then he comes down and clips Wendell Chavis. Parker Kligerman, I believe that, or no, that's Brett Moffitt around. Look at how close it was here. For the 41 of Ben Rhodes, I mean, that was extremely close. Look at a different driver's view. What happened to Brett Moffitt here? On the bottom, gets hit by the 46 and the 40, well, the 54, right back up. Oh, John Hunter Nemechek, and that was maybe Tyler Young, clobber him. Up and over he goes. A lot of championship contenders involved in this crash. Let's go on board Christian Eckes. You could hear just how late he lifted. Look at that mess right there. I mean, that's the whole field right there. Don't know how much contact was made, but a lot of cars just stopped over there. You can see there Wendell Chavis just about made it through the wreck. Let's go on board the bumper cam of Wendell Chavis. So he gets turned around while in the lead. He manages to get it back rolling and gets an amazing view of that crash. Well, Brett Moffitt wearing the visor cam for this race goes up and over. Let's go on board. Just watch how big the draft effect is. The hood's buckled up a little bit, but to be honest, it's not as bad as I thought the damage would have been to the 16. He might even be able to continue. I mean, that'd be crazy, but if he could continue this race, he might get a decent point stay out of it with how many cars are out now. Oh. Last second gets absolutely clobbered by Jesse Little in the 97. Let's take a look at some more onboards. Let's go on board with Jesse Little. I mean, he's all the way back here. There's no way he's going to see that. His engine, I think it's gone after that heavy contact. There's just so many cars going around all throughout the field. Let's take a look on board Jordan Anderson, points leader. Oh yeah, his day is over with that contact there. There's just so many different camera angles to look at here. Let's go on board Dalton Sargent. Jeez. Not exactly sure what hit him there, but I mean, that was a heavy, heavy hit. Let's go on board Austin Wayne Self. This hit right with the 25. That was really, really hard. Hope everybody's okay. Let's go on board Norm Benning. Benning ends up right with this crash. Looks like the 25 maybe caught the safer barrier. and the right front kind of rode up on the wall a little bit. I mean, look at that. Look at all those cars in that wreck. I mean, Matt Crafton just completely stopped. I don't think the 88 got much damage, if any. Let's go on board with him. One last small hit from the 22. We'll take one more look. We'll go on board Johnny Sauter as he ends up just kind of stuck right in the middle. Yeah, that wreck just... Well, actually, we'll take one more look. Parker Kligerman looked like he got through that one okay, but now let's go on board Tyler Young. Talked about that he needed a good run to stay up front. He's in the top 10, but then this happens. Really, there was nowhere to go for him when Brett Moffitt slid right back up the racetrack in front of him. Let's catch back up with the field as they're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Oh, we had some drivers decide to come to pit road. Interesting. We know that David Gilliland had some damage. Josh Freyome coming to the pits with an expired engine there. A lot of cars to the pits to get damage repair. Look at this. Stuart Friesen, I think for the most part, missed that crash. I mean, I don't think he didn't get any damage. Definitely got damage to the car with how much, you know, just how much of a roadblock that was. But car looking pretty good right now. So no more takers to pit road. Field now getting ready for the restart. Lights off on the pace truck. Now, get ready to go. Pace truck peels off the racetrack. Really quickly, we'll take a look at the cars out of the race. A lot of cars there. 9 of them. And a lot more involved in that crash. So, back on the gas. Green flag back out for Ben Rhodes. Down in turn 1, Wendell Chavis trying to get a draft. Don't think he'll be able to do anything this time by. A little further back though. Starting to group up behind him. Brent Enfinger giving a push to the 87 car. Stu Friesen trying to pull out a line a little bit there. Didn't quite get the run he wanted. Wendell Chavis up to the bumper of Ben Rhodes. Can't make anything happen. Late move by Christian Eckes to the inside of Matt Crafton. Everybody's out of the groove on the high lane. Oh, almost into the wall for Friesen. Here comes Joe Niemanchak. Problem for him is going to be he's not going to have any drafting help. You can see right here, Wendell Chavis is going to pull out the gap on him. Nemechek drives it in deep, can't stay on the inside. Grant Enfinger is going to hit the wall. Oh, everybody into the wall. Oh, Crafton gets turned. He'll save it. What a save. Lost a lot of time though. Down the back straightaway. Ben Rhodes trying to hold out on the lead, but here comes Nemechek. Oh, Rhodes in the wall. He's going around. I believe I saw the 18. Yeah, the 18 is around as well. Back on the front stretch, Joe Nemechek with a huge lead. Battle for third goes to Friesen. He's back to the caution flag there. You saw some pretty bad incidents in the back involving car who entered the corner in the race lead. Seems like turn number 3, they just drive it in way too deep. Down he goes. I mean, everybody does a great job avoiding him. He gets back going. Look at some onboards really quickly, but next we need to see what happened to the 18. Might honestly just spin himself around. Yes, he does. Just about got hit by that car there. And then here on comes the rest of the field. I mean, Noah Gregson was in 9th. Here's a great look at the draft effect. Noah Gregson trying to make a move on the 51 truck. There was Matt Kraft in the fence. And here on comes Noah Gregson. Lifts a little bit, still has a run, but can watch the 51 and get a big draft. David Gillen was cutting a little bit close there. Let's go on board with the driver, the number 54. Hit it out of second on that restart. Just about getting the wall. Watch how much time he gets. You can see him kind of push Stuart Friesen along there. Let's finally take an onboard look. What happened? To Ben Rhodes. Just tried to carry too much momentum. Well, Joe Nemechek is now the leader. Check for any more pit stops here this time around. Doesn't look like anyone's coming to pit road. No, they are not. So this leaves Joe Nemechek in the lead. We're not going to restart until just about 7 laps to go. Maybe a little less here. We've now caught up to the field. Let's take a look at some other stats here about the lineup. Joe Nemechek, the leader, Grant Enfinger second. Stuart Friesen's recovered. Talked about earlier how he needed to really get on the gas and get up to the front. He did that. He's in 3rd place right now. You can see right around here is all the guys involved in that crash. A lot of damage to them. Tyler Young out of the race, but luckily for him, Brett Moffitt and Jesse Little are as well, and J.J. Yaley, and even Jordan Anderson. So this is going to be a big shakeup in the point standings. Oh, let's accelerate a bit up to the restart. If anything happens. Now the field's getting ready to go back green flag racing once again from Indianapolis. Joe Nemechek still in the lead. No one decided to come to pit road, but David Gillen has fresher tires. Not by much, but still a little bit fresher. And we're ready to get this race underway. We'll have 9 laps to go. That means one more caution before the race would end under yellow. So we'll see what happens. Field gets set to go back green flag. Things are only going to get better from here. Back up through the gears. Green flag is out once again in Indy. I doubt that this was the last caution we'll see this race. Down into turn one, Grant Enfinger getting a run. They can go full throttle to the first two set, basically all the way down into turn three, so it's really important to have a draft. Stuart Friesen trying to get to the inside of Grant Enfinger. He's peeking a little bit. See a big gap's already forming the cars with damage. Oh, late moves. Grant Enfinger to the inside of Joe Niemanchak. And David Gillen to the inside of Wendell Chavis. Down the front straightaway, Grant Enfinger to the top spot. But here comes Stuart Friesen. And David Gillen's there as well. David Gillen trying the bottom lane. Friesen to the top spot. And here comes Gillen to second on the fresh tires. Now here comes Christian Eckes and Spencer Davis getting up in the mix. After the crazy restart, the field's starting to regroup a little bit. As I say that, Grant Enfinger goes for a pass on the 54, way wide for Gillen. He will get in the fence, multiple drivers in the fence. Oh, hard hit for Eckes to the inside wall. Oh, and he gets clobbered by Scott Lagasse Jr. They're still wrecking. Snyder's involved. Austin Wayne Self. Oh, and a big crash down the front stretch. That's about half the field. Maybe more. Stuart Friesen with the lead. Let's go back and see what happens here. Friesen starts to pull away from the field right around here. It's going to start around these cars. Christian Eckes trying to maintain on the inside of Joe Niemanchak. Can't do it. Yeah, late dive bomb move by Grant Enfinger. He'll get to the inside of David Gillen. Gillen's going to get in the fence, trying to avoid him. Oh, wait, never mind. The 51 of Davis just turns Christian Eckes to the inside wall right here. Davis only hits the left side of his race car, but hard impact for Eckes. And then an impact to the left side door. I'm not sure why exactly Scott Lagasse's so far out of the groove, but plows right into him. Maybe there was some oil down or something, but both of them up and over. And then Myatt Snyder comes in, clobbers him again. I don't know how Parker Kligerman squeaked through there. But after that wreck, I have a feeling Spencer Davis had something to do with this crash up here. He'll turn Eckes into the inside wall hard. Then onto the access road. Back. Oh, this is going to be bad. Slides back on the racetrack right in front of Todd Gilliland. Major contact for a lot of cars here. Oh, here comes Johnny Sauter. He's in it. The 88 and 8 barely miss it. Sauter's still wrecking. No, oh, there it is. Noah Gregson hard into Spencer Davis. 83 comes along, gets hit. 92 gets hit again. And there's still more cars coming along. Parker Kligerman able to avoid the crash. Now it's time to take a look at some onboard cameras. A lot of wrecks. Let's go from the rear bumper of Christian Eckes. Davis just gets into his left rear. He's absolutely clobbered by the 20. That's the end of his day, most likely. Let's go on board with Spencer Davis. And this is where trouble begins. And that might be one of the hardest hits we've seen all season long by one of these drivers. That was a really, really, really hard hit for him. Let's go on board the 75 of Parker Kligerman. I don't know how he misses this one. And no contact. But then he just drives straight through the season on Spencer Davis. Davis was just flipping wildly. That is horrible, horrible contact there. Now, let's see if we can figure out why Scott Legacy Jr. is so far out of the groove. I guess he thought he was going to slide, the 46 was going to slide down the racetrack. Just never did. I mean, to be fair though, a lot of that time there was missed reaction time for him. Yeah, right here, Ryan Snyder. I don't know why he didn't roll off the gas a little more, but this is really the confusing part. I mean, the 22 pretty much has to know the whole track is open for him. You can hear the engine just instantly die right there when they make contact like that. Todd Gillen's got to be frustrated. That's the end of his day. I mean, you can just look at all the cars sitting around there with blown engines. Let's go from the bumper, Timothy Peters. Once again, some of the hardest contact we've seen all season long. Not really sure what Noah Gragson was doing with this in this crash. Oh well, yeah, the whole track was blocked there. There was literally nowhere for him to go. I think Ben Rhodes got a lot of contact. We'll just take a short look at this. Oh, heavy engine damage for him with that contact. But just look at the 51 car. Get clobbered. There's Bailey Curry in it. And then, oh my gosh. Flips right over him. Thankfully, Davis lands on all four wheels, but really terrible wreck. Well, we'll catch back up with the field. They're getting ready to go green, but that took out over half the field, I believe. and just that one crash, and I doubt that's the end of it. Probably get another crash before the end of the race with how hectic these guys are driving. Doubt this is the end. Oh, the field's getting set to go back green flag racing once again from Indianapolis. Look at that short field. Everyone else out of the race. Green flag is out. A great jump for Friesen. Grant Enfinger right with him though. He'll pull to the inside. This is just going to let the rest of the field catch up to him. 3 laps of racing to go. I think that Enfinger knows that this could be the last lap. I think I already heard some contact back there. Nemechek tried to make a move on Friesen, still trying it, but he doesn't have the draft help. Into turn 3, Friesen up out of the groove. Almost 4 wide, but they keep it straight. Skip ahead a little bit there. Down the front stretch, 87 tried to get a run. He's in the wall though. Nemechek sliding on the apron. 4 wide for second place. That straightaway, nothing really happened down there all the way to the end. Nemechek got a run, but it was too much for this car to handle. 2 to go. I think if Gilliland passes Friesen, it's pretty much just handing the win over to Grant Enfinger. Oh, hard hit contact for the wall there for the 54. That's the last thing Friesen needed, though. He needed that draft push. But I don't think, unless, oh, Grant Enfinger a little slow. It's not over yet. Easily about 5 mph faster down the straightaway for Friesen. He's there. The white flag is out. 1 to go from Indianapolis. Stuart Friesen trying to win 2 races in a row. Grant Enfinger trying to cut him off. No doubt Friesen will go to the inside down this straightaway. Looks like he's going to wait all the way to the end. Maybe he'll not pull out. He doesn't pull out. Staying in line. Enfinger goes wide. Side by side through the final corner. He makes the pass, but can Enfinger come back? It's not going to be enough. Stuart Friesen's going to win in Indianapolis. And a crazy finish. I didn't think he was going to have enough time, but he did. Second goes to Enfinger. Third is Wendell Chavis. Fourth, David Gilliland. Fifth is Joe Nemechek. Sixth, Matt Crafton. Seventh, John Hunter Nemechek. And eighth is Parker Kligerman. Take a look at your full standings here. Only 8 cars finished this race. Points leader Jordan Anderson, bad finish for them, but Stuart Friesen, he's going to have a huge jump in the point standings after this race. But what a win for that team, 2 in a row. Another look at your top 10 finishers there. Ben Rhodes and Noah Gregson each top 10 after DNFing in that race. Stuart Friesen a large points lead over Grant Enfinger, Wendell Chavis. Jordan Anderson drops to 4th place. Nemechek is 5th. Todd Gilliland 6th place. Moffitt dropped all the way back to 7th. Tyler Young all the way back to 9th. Take a look at your full point standings here. Jordan Anderson has dropped right on the cut line, only plus 5 points over Joe Nemechek. But right here, everybody's right in contention still. But drivers we can already pretty much rule out. Norm Benning, Dalton Sargent, Myatt Snyder, Christian Eckes all look like they would have good days. Came to a close early for them. Parker Kligerman a good finish up to 12th of the standings. J.J. Haley The winner of Daytona all the way back to 14th in the standings. Or Bailey. Well, the next race for the UPS Truck Series is the Aaron's 55 from Talladega Superspeedway. So on the Verizon Racing League's broadcast of the UPS Truck Series. We'll see you next time.